Today I'm going to be fixing one of the cheapest but best cuts of pork that there is, the pork country style rib. I like to fix mine in the Instant Pot with barbecue sauce and onions and potatoes. So I'll be stepping you through that. These look a little funny because I had to thaw them out. They came out of the freezer, but we'll get going with that. I'll take you step by step how I do mine, and I think you'll like it. Alright, first thing we want to do is get the Instant Pot on to saute. And once we have it turned on, we're going to want to add just a little bit of vegetable oil to the bottom of it, because the first thing we're going to do is brown these things up. So about that much. And then we're going to season the meat. Do a little salt, a little pepper, paprika, and some garlic powder. We're going to be cooking these in barbecue sauce, so we don't have to season them a whole lot, but it will make them just a little bit better if we get a little seasoning on them right now. We'll let this oil heat up, and then we'll get them in there in batches and get them browned up on the outside. Alright, it's been a few minutes. I think my Instant Pot oil has heated up. So remember, we've only seasoned one side of these, so I'm going to take these tongs. They may still be a little frozen. I'm going to use my fingers here. Get these guys out, put them in here in batches. Oh yeah, that oil's hot. Don't crowd them. You want to leave plenty of room while they're cooking in there. That'll be good. And we'll go ahead and season these on the other side that didn't get it over. And that'll be good. We'll let them go like this. We'll get them brown. We'll flip them. And then we'll switch over and get the others. And then I'll get back with you. Alright, these are looking real good. This is still the first batch. That's kind of what I'm looking for. We're not trying to cook these all the way through. We're getting a little fog there. We're just trying to get a good brown on both sides, because we're going to pressure these here in just a little bit. So I'll finish these up, and then I'll show you the next step. Here's the first ones. I've got them out on a plate. You can see I got a good caramelization and a good brown on it. But if you see on the side, I didn't cook them all the way through. The second ones are down on their first side. Some of these are a little bit thicker. I may roll them up on their sides as well and try to get a good browning on 4 sides instead of just 2. So we'll go from there. And then our next step, I've got an onion sliced up, and I've got 6 or 8 potatoes quartered up. So then we'll go from there. And we're using cheap old 99-cent Kraft barbecue. I think it does the best. And I've got Jiffy cornbread in the oven right now. It goes good with it. Alright, everybody has been browned. You can still see some pink. That's okay. But we've got a good sear around on all of them. I have turned the Instant Pot off. And now for the next step, we got onion. You can slice this onion any way you want to. I just quartered mine and cut it into strips. Throw it in the Instant Pot. It's going to kind of bust it up and get it all in there. It's going to cook up and pretty much disintegrate anyway. So the Instant Pot's turned off. That's just residual heat getting a little fry on it. But I like to try to bust it up to make like a little layer on the bottom there. It's just one medium onion. You can use a sweet onion, a white onion, whatever you happen to have. I've actually got some yellow ones and white ones and purple ones all growing in the garden right now. So this summer I'll probably try some different ones once they start going. And now, after you do that, we're going to take all of these guys and get them back in the pool. So we're just going to kind of place them around in there. If they overlap, that's okay. It's not a big deal. We just got to make sure everybody gets back in. And like I said, it's sizzling and going on from the residual heat. It is turned off. So we've got all of our onions and all of our pork in. That's what it looks like right now. I'm going to take my plate, run all that goodness in there, let it drip off. And then we're going to take our barbecue sauce. And we're going to pour it right on top. And that's going to be our cooking liquid. With the Instant Pot, you got to have some kind of cooking liquid for it to pressure. We're going to use barbecue sauce. We'll put about half of this small bottle in there. And we'll save the rest of it for when we put the potatoes in. You don't have to be exact. Just kind of squeeze it in there. And I'm going to put just a little bit of water in that, and then I'll seal it up. So let me grab a little water. Once again, I don't measure that either. I just grab a cup, run a little water in it. Pour it in the side. That looks pretty good right there. Just a little bit's all it takes. If you've used the Instant Pot before, you know how this goes. Make sure your gasket's on good. Get it on there. Put this one on manual. I'm going to go about 25 minutes. It may not take that long. I don't know, but that's what I'm going to give it. So we'll come back when that's done. It's been 20 minutes and the Instant Pot's beeping. So now for the scary part. The chief camera operator arrived too. So now I'm not trying to cook and video. So here we go. We got to turn this thing off. And then we got to do a fast decompression. And let the steam go. And then when all the steam goes away, we're going to put these potatoes in, put a little salt and pepper on them, put the rest of our barbecue sauce on top, put the lid back on, and go for another 10 minutes. So that's where we'll be. Alright, this thing has released all its steam, and I wish you could smell my kitchen right now. It smells so good. It smells like barbecue pork. So we're going to open her up. Always open them away from you just in case, because you don't know what's going to come out. Give a good shot of that there, Ashley. And that's what it looks like after 20 minutes. And a quick release on your steam. The searing that we did really got us some good flavor, I hope. And we got a lot more liquid in there now. We're going to dump these potatoes in, put a little salt and pepper on them, and stir them around, and then go for another 10 minutes. Stir them around a little bit, get them down in the liquid. You got to put the rest of this in there. It takes a whole bottle. Of course, that's going to break you up. This Kraft barbecue is like 99 cents for a whole bottle. So the important thing, when you are putting the lid back on for round 2, you got to make sure that you get your gasket on good or it will blow out. We've had that happen a few times. It's not fun. It kind of scares you. So that's real important to do. This thing's hot. I kind of take my spoon and try to push that back down in there, because this gasket heats up and swells up a little bit whenever we're cooking. So that's about as good as I can get it. Hopefully I can make it latch. So there's that. Hopefully it latched. We'll go manual. And we'll do about 10 minutes. Yeah, 8 minutes. We'll go about 8 minutes. These potatoes are cut small, and then we'll let it naturally release the pressure this time. So we'll let it sit for another 20 minutes, and then I'll show you what's in there. It's been 8 minutes of pressure cooking and 20 minutes of letting the steam bleed off. So this one's going to be a lot less scary than the last one was. Nothing comes out this time. Lid comes right off. Let it drain down. I'll get rid of the hot lid. Take a look at that. That looks great.
Yummy in my tummy.
Let's get some of this out on a plate and see what it looks like. And here it is. This is what it looks like out on a plate. This is great. The potatoes soak up all the pork juice and the barbecue sauce. We're getting fogged up again there. It's still good and hot. So this is going to be really good. Again, we took a really cheap cut of pork, probably the cheapest one you can buy, country style ribs, and even found them on sale, so they were that much cheaper. We used country style ribs, an onion, about 6 or 8 potatoes quartered up, and a bottle of cheap barbecue sauce, and we pressure cooked it in our Instant Pot, and this is what we get, and it's delicious. Thanks.